thing, and all those words will mean something. So mine's on listening. Who likes music?
I do.
Oh, I do too. Oh, I do. When people get into my car, my music's up loud, isn't that right, Beck? Wherever you are. And I just love listening to music. Music is makes me feel really good, and I like listening to it because it reminds me of my grandchildren. I miss them really a lot, and I love them. And also, I like listening to music because, you know, when I go for a walk and thinking about going for a walk, that's two different things, you know. But I am thinking about doing walking, and I like listening to music when I do exercise with PT with Susan, and that makes me feel good. And I also, if I have a headache, the music's not up loud because I can't handle it, and I have to say sorry for everybody. Oh, wait a minute, I have to go up further. Why isn't it moving? Oh, it's not moving. Come and help me. Oh, well, that's right.
Yep.
I haven't got it over to the on bit. That's right. Oh, no, it's still not moving. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, right. When we're listening to, when I was listening to Phil last week, I thought that, you know, I would take some notes. I don't usually do that. I never do that anyway, and I thought it was a really good thing to do, to put some notes down for my asset. And I just want to say that we've got 4 things in our life, and one, we struggle. We struggle in our life with getting out of our comfort zone, and I get out of my comfort zone. And my comfort zone is actually standing up here right now. And taking the first step. And the first step is, you know, I have to sort of take a step back, and I have to do some breathing. And then third one is that we ask for help. And I think we all struggle with that, don't we? We all struggle with that. And yeah, so, and the next one is to asking for help and saying sorry. I sometimes have trouble with that, of saying sorry to anybody, but today I've said sorry, I don't know how many times I said it today, but I said sorry through doing this asset. I just wanted to say we struggle, and just remember that you're not alone. We all go through all those things and that, and that you're not alone. And we just, you know, we just got to keep going. I also remember saying, Phil was saying about, you know, 5 things, but I just wanted to talk about my life a little bit. I was married to an alcoholic, and they were the terrible times for me and for my boys. Living with an alcoholic was very unpredictable. Never know when things were going to be good or, you know, going to be bad, you know. So I was always yelling at the boys and their friends, and it's not fair on the boys. And so I was also I was a very angry, very bitter woman, and I had a very short fuse. But I haven't got one of those now. It's got longer now, and I have changed. I've changed since a lot, and I have a lot of patience now. Isn't it right, Stephen? I've got patience. Isn't that right, Phil? I've got patience, yes. And so for me to get help and to help myself and to get some kind of peace around home, I was told about Al-Anon. Al-Anon helped me to understand the alcoholic. We also have Alateen. Alateen is between 12 and 18. And if you want some help with that or any information, even on camera, come to me and I can help you with that. It's helped me. It's helped me to get where I am today. Oh, wait a minute. When we in that room, we can say what we want. The important thing is that we have to listen, because if we don't listen, you're going to miss out the points of it all. And I was, I listened. I took whatever I wanted and I worked on that. If I did not go to Al-Anon, God knows where I'd be today. I just don't know where I'll be today. I just think I'll be still that angry, bitter woman, and have that very short fuse. And I have, very short fuse. So it's really important to, to listen to what anybody says. And also, we have in our packs, we have, and what we say in our packs, stays in our pack. And it's the same thing for me to go to Al-Anon. What says in that room stays in that room. Because if somebody else goes out there and talks about you, then you're not in that kind of protection. And it's really important to be in that kind of protection, that you feel comfort. It's like coming here, people feel comfortable, and you have to feel comfortable. So I also I want to go back. I wanted to just go. Things we have changed in our life is that I used to go to a Euro retreat, and I've been on that 4 times, 4 years. And in that 4 years, I have changed 200 girls. And I'm so lucky that I was asked to do that. And I just don't think I could have ever done it, honestly. And I just think that Phil and Beck saw something in me, and Nat saw something in me, and I was able to change 200 girls. I listened to them, and I'm proud to help them. And what was I up to? I also do Empower, and Empower is that we have a group, and I've been in that for 3 years, and I've helped them, and I like listening to them, because when I listen to them, they're actually helping me as well. And when we listen to somebody, they can help you, and it goes on and on like that. So listening is important to our lives. I wanted to go back to the 5 things that Phil was talking about last week. Does anybody remember those? You're not listening, were you? No. Aren't you lucky I wrote them down? Wait a minute, I have to find myself. First one is that is to make a decision and to change things. And to make a decision, I had to make that decision to tell my husband to leave. And I wanted things to change. I wanted things to change at home and be better, and for myself and my life and everything. The second one is to speak to somebody. When we speak to somebody, it can make you feel good. I remember Phil saying a few weeks ago that, we can have this kind of thing sitting here, and if we don't release it, we it'll just stay there. And mine, I was there, and mine was ready to explode. Had a volcano kaboom. So for me, I needed to, to speak to somebody and take that another step and asking for help. The third one, a victim to a victor. I was a victim, and so was my boys. So for me, I needed to have help, and I need to have some kind of nice, nice things at home, not to just be nice and nothing getting broken and bashed and that. And also, when years ago, I used to get between my husband and my youngest son, and regardless of what would happen to me, I didn't want anything to happen to my boy. The fourth one is focus on the now, and I focus on the now. Al-Anon's helped me to focus on me and to get my life better and my boys better. They seem to be happy now and all that. And the fifth one is to forgive them, to forgive yourself. And so for me, and all of you, everybody on camera can do this. You can have to forgive the person whoever does something to you, because with that, so your life can move on. And it's to move on, and it's really important on that. And all the time I've been, I've learned a lot, to forgive my husband, and whatever goes in my life, I'm able to deal with it because Alan's helped me to do that, and having somebody to talk to has helped me. I remember like a few weeks, probably about a few months ago, I was not in a really good place, and I had to ask for help because I was ready to, explode again, and I didn't want to do that. When we get angry and we say things, we cannot take them back. Once we've said something, we can't take it back. And you've got to remember all that. I've done some things and I've said some things, and I'm not happy with that at all. I don't know. Hold on. I'm really nervous. What was I going to say? I just want to know that that when we get into our packs, we just need to listen to somebody. That one person. When I was going to Al-Anon, we can have 5 people talking about their story, but the similarities there. And it's the same thing in our packs. We can listen to one person, or maybe 3 persons in that half an hour that we have our packs, that we can talk and listen to the person and what you get out of it. It can help you. And I listen. I try to listen. I listen to my packs. I've got a wonderful pack of girls in mine. I love my girls who are here tonight. Some of them, and I love listening to them, and I like to help them if I can. So my challenge to you tonight is that when you go into your packs, I want you to listen to them, and I want you to listen, like even during the week, if somebody's got something to say, just listen to them, because you can learn and make your life so much better. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Sorry.
Mary?
Thank you.
We're going to keep rolling for a minute now. Mary doesn't know I'm going to do this.
No, I
you know,
don't.
so be very scared right now. Come out the front here for a second. Just because you are in behind that little thing, and I could only see your head sticking up over the top
Oh,
of
no,
it. You know?
you are not serious.
No, I am. Come over this side because you're on the camera, right? You see all right there? Yeah. So Mary was in my office this afternoon and this morning, and we were just chatting about some stuff. I'm going to put you on the spot, Mary, you know. There's some stuff that you've listened to in your life, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah. And for some of you, this is going to be pretty serious for you guys. And you can see Mary didn't want to talk about her age, and I'm not going to expose her age. Some of you will know her age, but she's a little bit older than me. And it's interesting how we can hold on to stuff. Remember, this whole series is about unblocking emotional stuff that's sort of jammed in there. And I started sharing with Mary. Mary, those of you who know Mary will know the minute she says something, the minute she says it, she backs it up with a negative. Have you ever noticed that with her? Yep. We're going to embarrass her a little bit because I want her to heal from this tonight, because this is something that's trapped her whole life. And so this is this thing where she would say, well, no one would want to listen to me. I'm not of value. I've got nothing good to say. Why would anybody want to listen to me? Why would anybody want to love me? Why would anybody want to hang out with me? Why would anybody want to listen to me as a leader? Yeah? This is something that Mary has struggled with her entire life. So the minute she has a thought about something, all of a sudden she goes to speak it out, and the minute it leaves her lips, she backs it up with, yeah, but, you know, don't listen to me because, you know, what would I know? Don't you, Mary?
Yes.
How many times have I told you off about that?
Today, please.
And that was today. How long have I known you, Mary?
Long time.
Long time.
Long time.
And I've said to Mary, from tonight, it's got to stop. This woman has impacted 200 young women's lives. This woman is part of the Empower group because she wants to listen to young girls wrestle. This woman has done some life. This woman has been bullied at school. This woman has been alienated and picked on in the workplace. This woman has been put down, even in her job in the crossing, haven't you, Mary?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This person has been put down to a place where she feels like she's not valid. So she's listened to a whole set of negatives in her entire life, and she's listened to them so long that they come out automatically. Don't they, Mary?
Yes, they do.
But they're not going to come out any longer, are they, Mary?
No, because I've got to change. I've got to breathe and do all that.
And interesting enough today, as I was speaking to Mary, she was talking about her journey with Al-Anon and the whole alcoholic thing, and she says, I feel like I'm done. And last week we were talking about archiving. We were talking about putting it aside, like we're finished, like we're done with that. And as she threw the baby out, she said, I'm sick and tired of talking about this baby. She's sick and tired of nursing the story of being married to an alcoholic and what that meant. And that was a real amazing moment. We had a little tear in the office today because there was a real moment of breakthrough for Mary where she said, that's no longer going to be my story. I've had the privilege of journeying with 200 girls. I've had the privilege of journeying with girls in the Empower. And she was talking about her pack, how amazed she is about the girls in her pack. She just loves you girls, so that's amazing. And she's so interested in changing lives. And because she listens to that voice inside her, I said to her, from today, this has got to stop from today, mate. It's got to stop. It's got to be next level stuff. So Mary, in front of everyone and the 5,000 people that are watching online, you're making a public declaration that you're no longer going to devalue you. You're no longer going to listen to that voice. Is that cool?
That's right.
Is everyone making that decision?
Yes.
All right. Whoop, whoop. We all hold her accountable for that. So here's what I want you to do. Whenever you hear Mary go to negative something, you just reach in and you just give her a little cuddle and say, Mary, I love you. If you say that again, I'm going to beat the crap out of you. In love, all right? And it's the same for all of us. We listen to this voice in our head and in our heart that sometimes it says that we're no good, we're never going to be any good, we're never going to amount to anything, nobody's ever going to do anything, I'm never going to do anything successful or important in my life, and that is a lie. It's an absolute lie. You live in Australia for starters. You are more blessed than most people on the planet. Top 3% of the wealthiest people in the world live in this room. You are the wealthiest 3%. If you live in Australia, you are the top 3% of the wealthiest people in the world, no matter how poor you are. Do not allow the years that Mary's listened to that message. She's listened to a message that she's no good, she's crap, she's never got anything to say, and she's never going to amount to anything. You've changed more young people's lives in the past couple of years, Mary, than people won't do in their entire life. We are blessed to know you, we're blessed to love you, and we're blessed to listen to you. And Mary listens to you, because there have been times when I'm at home and Mary comes round to my house and she's been going down the aisle at the shopping market and she's pulled off a recipe for a particular thing. She'll come round to my house and deliver a recipe, and then sometimes she'll bring food round to my house and say, I just thought about you this week, and because I listened to your need, and then I'm going to... What an amazing person. We could all have an amazing person like that in our lives, couldn't you, Mary? So here's the thing. Like Mary said, as we go into our packs, you know, somebody said to me during the week, you know, 2 ears, 1 mouth. That means we listen twice as hard as we speak, you know. I have to learn how to do that, you know.
Listen and do.
Yeah, listen twice as hard as I speak. I tend to speak twice as much as I listen. So, guys, tonight as you go into your pack, if that's your journey, you know, if your self-talk or the way that you speak about yourself has got that kind of tone, I encourage you to share that out and let others listen to that and challenge you to not be like that any longer. Get free of it. We said at the start of this series that we were going to make steps to change. Mary did the same thing. Through Al-Anon, she made decisions. She got out of her comfort zone to speak up and say, this isn't going to be my reality. I love that. I love that about a young lady like Mary who can just say that and challenge us.
Get back, young lady.
So, guys, it's time to wrap. Come on, let's do it.